All right, today we are diving into a new blueprint for the entire world of finance. We're talking about something being built right at that incredible intersection of artificial intelligence and blockchain. This is Project Sigma.
And this quote, man, it just gets right to the heart of it. It perfectly frames the problem we're all seeing, right? You've got traditional finance, which can be painfully slow, and then you have this new world of digital assets, which is often just, well, chaotic. The whole vision here is to be the bridge that connects them.
So who exactly is the architect of this bridge? Well, our guide on this journey is Victor Anjeh, who you might also know in the innovation space as Don Lion. And, to really get the project, you first have to understand his background.
Okay, let's break this down for a second, because this mix of credentials is what makes this whole thing so powerful. You've got the legal know-how of a doctor of jurisprudence, the get-it-done discipline of a project management professional, and then the deep tech knowledge of a certified blockchain expert. It's like the perfect storm of law, tech, and actually making things happen.
And here's the key thing to remember. What we're looking at today isn't some dusty white paper or a theory. Nope. This is the real, documented, happening in real-time journey of a fintech venture being built from the ground up, from the very first scribbles in a notebook all the way to strategy meetings in San Francisco. And it's all happening right out in the open. Now let's get into the engine behind this entire vision. The core tech that makes this whole new financial world even possible is something called real-world asset tokenization, or RWAT for short. And believe me, this is where it starts to get really interesting.
This slide just illustrates the shift perfectly. We are literally moving from a world where value is trapped in things that are stagnant, slow, and physical, into a whole new frontier that is digital, intelligent, and, this is the most important part, liquid.
So what is RWAT really? Well, the easiest way to think about it is as a method for turning those physical assets that used to be stuck into what you could basically call liquid digital gold. It's all about unlocking value that was almost impossible to get to before.
So how does it actually work? Let's make it super simple. Imagine a huge office building. In the old world, trying to sell, say, 1% of that building is a nightmare of paperwork. But with tokenization, you just create digital tokens that represent tiny pieces of ownership, and all of a sudden, those tokens can be bought and sold in seconds, making the building's value liquid and accessible to way more people.
Okay, so we figured out how to unlock all this value and make it flow freely. That's huge, but it's really only half the story. The other critical piece is the intelligence layer that can actually manage and optimize all this new liquidity.
Which, of course, brings up a pretty obvious question. If you suddenly have billions of dollars in tokenized assets zipping around the digital world, how on earth do you manage it all? How do you optimize it? Well, the answer is artificial intelligence.
And this is where it all clicks. The AI here isn't just some buzzword. It is the brain of the operation. So, you have decentralized finance, or DeFi, this new system without the old school banks. Now imagine pointing a powerful AI, something like a neural network that can learn from data, at that system. It can analyze everything, predict trends, and optimize how those tokenized assets are used. The AI is the intelligence that supercharges the liquidity.
All right, so we've covered the what and the how. Let's shift gears and talk about the why. What is the real long-term mission behind a project like this? And look, this isn't just a dream somebody cooked up. This timeline shows you the tangible, step-by-step progress. When you graduate from a super intense program like the Founder Institute and then get moved up to their funding lab, that shows a clear, structured path from a person with a vision to an actual enterprise on a mission. I love this slide because it draws such a critical distinction. The goal isn't what we see everywhere else, just chasing views, getting clicks, and grabbing fleeting attention. No, the Sigma mission is about building something that lasts. It's about creating a deep, defensible moat of real intellectual property and surrounding it with a community of actual visionaries who believe in the goal. And really, when you boil it all down, the whole mission can be summed up in just 3 words. It's not about shaking things up just for the sake of it. The ultimate point is to create real, meaningful impact by innovating at the very heart of how finance works.
So this entire journey, from a simple idea in a notebook to a whole new financial architecture, is happening as we speak. And that brings us to a final, pretty provocative thought. The future is being built, right now, one idea at a time. The only real question left is, are you in?